Welcome to Twins World, all about parenting. Hope you all are safe and sound in your own places. As parents, managing our emotions is very important. Don't you think so? As a parent, you have a much stressful life than a time where there were no kids or during your youngster time. Don't you think your personality is changing? I always think that I was not like this. Why to say about me? You talk about Jones. He just scream and yell and say, I never behaved like this in my bachelor life or when I got married. Frankly speaking, nowadays most of our arguments or the opinion difference comes from how to talk in front of children or how to deal the chaos what kids brings into the life of parents. So I always tell Jones, are we talking or are emotions talking? So then he say, I don't know what is speaking, but I want to speak what I want to tell. So this is the way most of the houses are coming up with issues, whereas it is a stress for every parent to take care of 1, 2 or n number of kids they have at home, because the personality of the children are different from us, whereas we are having difficulty because they are in the crude form, whereas as a husband and wife we termed each other, or we are not termed, whereas a third party is coming and it is a friction between three personalities. So let's see what is the importance of terming our emotions before taking care of children. As parents, if we are not taking care of emotional discipline, this is going to make a wreck the more and more days we are into parenting. See, we are growing in our age, whereas our work stress is increasing or a coping mechanism is deteriorating. Our health is also going to a different direction, and the way we deal things are also changing. And in this scenario, if we are not able to cope up with our own emotions, it's difficult to take care of our children. For example, my husband Jones is a very well disciplined man. I took time to get into the path of the discipline. That doesn't mean that I changed myself, but I learned to survive with him in the same house, whereas the house is like a museum. I don't have a problem for that. When you talk about the children of 6 years or 5 years, whereas their personality is developing, and for each and everything he get hype because the way kids are reacting. But what I did, that I also used to get hyper by seeing or hearing all these sounds or things, but I trained myself not to react. I may respond. So this way I help myself so that my BP will not increase by seeing the activities of my children. I always tell Jones, our health is going for a wreck. It is not our children's health, or yes, there is an emotional impact will happen on us, but as a mother or father, my health is going to be attacked if my emotions are going to speak either by raising my voice or by yelling or screaming or breaking out in any kind of emotions, in any kind of response or reaction to my child's behavior. So as a mother and father, how I can improve myself? It is not an easy process. I always tell as days goes by, I tell Jones, parenting is not an easy job. Our life is invested into someone else's life, whereas then our advice, our life will be completely copied, or what they will take it up. So that I can't even advise them as days goes by, because they will say, I know your behavior. This is the way the kid will come and hit on me. Whereas I don't have an answer to them, I can make them shut. but back of the mind it will be there, whereas my child turned to be rebellious or completely suppressed. So I need to understand how I need to respond to my son or my daughter so that they will be mentally fit when they grow up. The kind of fights between the spouse or the family members create a environment for children to have a background anger or emotion management in children. So it is I and my husband or the spouse need to decide how my child should be. If in case of the counseling of rebellious kids, I ask the children, from where you got this character, or I ask them how frequently the fights are happening in the house. Most of the answers of the rebellious nature or the suppressed nature of the children, that the child is very quiet, all those answers belongs to the emotional management or the anger management or the way parents deal with difficult situation. So first I need to make sure that the climate of my house is good so that my children have a better environment. As a mother or father, I need to improve my coping skills. It's quite normal that I'm angry. My child is doing something, I cannot take it up. My child is hurting me, I cannot keep it up because I cannot keep quiet about it because my body is getting hurt, my mental strength is going to get hurt, and they're giving me back answer. I know I'm going out of my control. But one thing I need to clear that I need to accept what is my emotion. I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm anxious. Accept and try to ventilate your own feelings. So I used to do one thing is I just move out from that particular scene if I'm not able to react or respond to that particular scenario. I'll just go out for a walk and come. Or I may talk less because I'm training myself and I'm trying to tell to someone that I'm a parenting coach. I need to train myself before advising someone. So I train myself to keep quiet or reduce my voice or maintaining silence for that particular time, and later I can explain. When the fight is going on, the explanation is not going to be listened by anyone. Moreover, my 7-year-old children tells me this line also, a wife cannot talk like to your husband. So I ask him, from where you learned the difference between husband and wife? Because we never speak about that the wife needs to be submissive to husband and all. But my children say that you cannot speak like to your father, that is my husband. So this kind of conversation also add on the spark actually. But keeping quiet, and after some time I can make sure that my husband and my children are understanding what is the scene going on. The next point of maintaining the emotional balances, the spouse need to admit the spouse than the child. First the husband wife came, then the children came. Do not get down to their level for every now and then or small fights. Understand, for the husband only wife is there, for the wife husband is there. After some period of time these kids will go out for their studies or workplace or finding a partner or whatever they're moving out. At that time we have only each other to take care of us. So that part is also very important. Moreover, we need to train ourselves either to listen to music or some go for yoga classes so that the meditation can keep the temper down, or watching the movie, or go for some diversional activity, go to a beach or to outdoor, or do some game. As I explained the previous episode, fitness plays an important role for me. How much of a stressful is the scenario, I just go out and do something. Maybe I just walk around and come back. I'm not telling that I'm looking into my physique. I just want my mental peace. I just go around. One time I couldn't take the pain what I got from someone else. I just walked in the rain for 1 hour. When I came back, I was very cool and I got back as if nothing has happened. So these are some of the diversional therapies I take myself so the emotions can be managed. And I always tell my Jones, let a word speak, not the emotion speaks. Why? Because when I scream at my child, The child is only listening to the sound and the tone. He's not even understanding what is happening or what is talking. So this way I can train myself so that not my sound or my emotion will be projected. What matter I'm going to speak to my child will be clear to him. Hope you are clear with how to be emotionally balanced, or how to correct the child, or how to deal with a scenario, keeping yourself calm by taking care of the problem. Hope this is an interesting and appropriate section for the parents and parents to be. Till we come up with another important topic, stay safe and stay happy. Thank you.